Hello everyone. I haven't uploaded in like 4 months, and I was thinking about what to upload, and then I tried recording a commentary, but my gameplay is absolutely awful, and OBS sucks. So instead, I'm just recording audio, and I have Jacandor from my last Apex video in here with me. We don't have Matthew because I don't know, he's sleeping or something. Say hi, Jack.
Hello, people.
Who's people?
Everybody who will watch this video.
Hope somebody watches this video. If you're watching this video, I love you and everybody that you love. Okay, I love you. I wish you have a good weekend because this is probably coming out at like 1 a.m. on. Oh no, wait. Technically, it's a Saturday. God,
Yeah,
I'm
it is a
getting
weekend.
Discord notifications. Yeah, no. Well, yeah, it's technically a Saturday. Sorry, I'm gonna upload this on the Saturday. Probably. Yeah.
It's gonna be a Saturday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Saturday. Well,
Okay,
yeah.
what were we gonna
Anyways,
get to?
this is 12 a.m. Jack and I just thought let's just talk about Overwatch. All right, one thing I wanted to bring up. All right. I think let's talk about Overwatch 2 first, okay?
Okay.
The release date. Would you rather have Blizzard, all right, rush the game, give an earlier release date, and like set things out to you so that you could see like what they're working on, or have them be quieter so that they could get the game out faster and just make sure that it's perfect? Because I don't mind like if they take 3 years on on Overwatch 2 just to make it like the perfect game, I don't mind it at all. I
Well,
just want
yeah,
it
of
to be great.
course. That's generally the best thing to do when it comes to a video game. Because I see all the time with games by mostly EA. Like, you can just look at EA while I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
Whenever they release games, it doesn't take them very long to release it, generally like 1 to 2 years, and that's owed to them being a massive company and having a lot of employees, but also because they don't polish the game that much. They're mostly
Yeah.
focused on getting a lot of money out of us.
Right.
Blizzard with Overwatch hasn't ever really been focused on that. Yeah, there's loot boxes in the game, but they're purely cosmetic, and literally, I don't think you need them
Yeah, there's
because they
not
give
really
you
a lot of
so
in-game
many loot
purchases.
boxes. They give you literally so many loot boxes from
Yeah.
doing arcade matches.
Every time you level
Um,
up. Yeah.
yeah, like it's just not even necessary. Yeah, if you want some
And the
cosmetic and you
legendary
want to
edition
support them a
doesn't
little
really
bit
give you
more,
anyways. So.
yeah, and if you want to support them a little bit more, yeah, sure, you can give them some extra money, which is always nice. However,
Exactly.
you don't never need to.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the loot boxes thing is controversial as always. It's been called gambling, which it is gambling,
And you know that it was
essentially.
loot boxes. They were banned in other like European countries because they thought that it was gambling. That's crazy. That
It
was
is
like
gambling.
half a year ago. I mean, it's gambling, but like you could still just work for the loot boxes. I don't know why people really pay money for loot boxes unless like it's a YouTuber doing like a loot box opening or something. I get that. Then
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
but here's
gambling.
the
It's just
thing.
the content.
They gotta ban it for everybody. They can't just let some things pass. Like, what happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2 was god awful. That game set everybody on a rampage. It caused Reddit to set on fire, basically, and it basically called for a whole bunch of cracking down on loot boxes. Now, the problem with that is there's some other games that use it to as a support kind of thing.
Right.
Granted, it could be done a little bit better, like, oh, you can just buy the currency straight up, which I think is a better system, but you do you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But if they're going to crack down on one game or a company from doing that, they have to crack down on everybody because that's how the law works.
Yeah.
Basically,
That's also just
when
fair.
one person messes it up, it's messed up for everybody.
Right.
That's why we have car laws. That's why we have murder laws.
Damn.
Yeah, literally, that's why we have those. Because somebody decided they wanted to murder somebody. Someone decided they wanted to drive while under the influence. Someone decided that they wanted to steal something.
Yeah.
And we
Right.
don't like that, so we're like,
Eve
hey,
decided
don't
to
do
take a
that.
bite out of the apple. All right, back to Overwatch 2. I don't know. Anyways, what I'm thinking, I saw this one video, I think by your Overwatch. He's a really good YouTuber. He's like 900,000 subs, and he was explaining like Overwatch 2 and oh no, I think it was actually Master Ian Gamer. He was saying that for Overwatch 2, like the reason why they're not posting any new information with Overwatch 2 is like they don't like for example if they posted Roadhog's new design right midway through development of the game, and then towards the end of it, they decided they want to change Roadhog's design. It would work better for the story, work better for the game, this, that, and the other. But if they were to do that, like it would just look unprofessional. It would make Blizzard look bad, and that would just it would just be annoying to make the game that way. Like I think that what they're doing to keeping it all to themselves is pretty cool because like I feel like once they have it polished and perfect and they know that that's exactly what they want to release, then they'll start dropping teasers and stuff. But right now, I think they're still in development, especially with quarantine. It takes a long time.
Yeah, definitely. The thing with that is, yeah, it can be a bit annoying at times to be like, oh, I don't know what it's going to be, but it also kind of adds an element of mystery and surprise to it, which is exciting for a lot of people. That's why people read mystery novels. That's why people read pretty much all horror novels or
Yeah.
watch mystery or horror TV
Or
shows.
just
It's
people
to
that
be,
like
for that,
surprises too.
yeah, it's for that mystery and that surprise.
Hmm.
Whenever you reveal everything through teasers or through spoilers, yeah, it might give you a little endorphin rush, like, oh, that's so super cool. I can't
Yeah.
wait for that.
Kind of spoils you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, it
game
kind of
gets
spoils
less
it a little
exciting
bit.
when it comes out.
So that's why they're doing it. But also, along with that design decision, you don't really want to reveal anything until you're sure that's what you're going with.
Yeah, yeah. That's just basic right there. Like that's 100%. And it's also
Now,
just genius marketing. People are gonna get so hyped for when that game comes out, like they have to buy it.
well, yeah, of course, because it's been kept like so, like they've been still trickling out like little teasers and stuff to keep you like enticed. And that's working to their favor. They're getting a
Right.
lot of publicity, but they're also not completely spoiling the game by like showing you everything that's in it, because
Yeah.
that would just be boring and suck.
And like 2019 BlizzCon was, I think, just the perfect amount of like content that we got. We only saw a few new Overwatch 2 skins and as well as the cinematic. Like that was enough to get us hyped and just ready to wait for this game. Honestly.
Yeah, and that's great.
I also think that,
I'm
like,
personally really excited for all the new skins, and I would
yeah.
like to see them. However, a problem that I do have is whenever they do change the designs, I'm kind of curious if they'll let you keep the old design.
I don't know. Like, how's that gonna work for the epic skins? Like, I was talking to Jack about this yesterday. Like, for Genji, right? Are they gonna change carbon fiber Genji to have a carbon fiber hoodie? Like, that would be really interesting to see. I hope that I can still keep like his epic skins the way they are, because I mean, I like it that way, honestly.
Yeah, and all his legendary skins have their own cool look to them, and if they change up all the looks without keeping the original, that would be a little bit strange.
Yeah, that'd be kind
Especially
of weird.
since the entire like progression curve of the game is purely cosmetic, and like, that's basically all you can unlock, other than just like getting your skills up and getting gamer cred, whatever that means,
Yeah, right.
or being a Reddit Lucio like Mikey.
Our buddy, he's in the call listening. Shout out,
Yeah.
Mikey. Yo, Mikey, say something. Say something.
Mikey,
God damn it. I think he
did
died.
he go to get milk? I think he got
He
milk.
probably passed out.
Well, yeah. So
Oh, there he is. Hi, Mikey.
Oh,
So I'm playing Watch Dogs. I can't hear you.
Okay. All right.
he's playing Watch Dogs at the moment.
Dogs of the Watch.
On his phone, I think. Okay, anyways. Well, okay, so what was the other thing that you wanted to say?
Oh yeah, I was saying like, Stylosa. He's a great Overwatch YouTuber. He's also he's I believe one of the coaches for London Spitfire. He's a great guy. He's funny. He does like a really good coaching series. And he also does updates and like news on Overwatch, right? And I saw one of his videos where he was talking about like when Overwatch 2, a lot of people think that the PvP is gonna become free, and the paid like part is gonna be like the PvE. They think that the PvE is gonna be like an expansion, and that'd be really smart. Like if they release it for free, Overwatch 2, right? The PvPN, everybody's gonna download it, everybody's gonna play it. They're gonna see what the PvE has to offer. They're gonna be like, I have to get this now because like this game looks too good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that business model has been done like dozens and dozens of times. It's been done with Fortnite. It's been done with
Right.
COD, which is doing really well right now.
Yeah.
Warzone is completely free, but if you want the rest of the game, like the campaign and the rest of the multiplayer, you had to buy it.
And like most people that download Warzone end up getting the rest of the game anyways.
Yeah, because the game is good. It's well done.
Exactly.
And that Warzone, that free part, is just like a taste of it. Yes, it's a separate game mode of this whole other things, but if you want the rest of the game, you have to pay for it, and that's a good business
And that's
model.
smart because like Warzone drew in all the attention for people to then either spend money on Warzone or spend money on the actual game.
Yeah, which is why they're pulling in millions and millions of dollars, but that's a conversation for another day. Yeah, so I'm glad that they're doing a business model like that, because it will draw in a lot of players, and I love this game. I like playing it.
Yeah.
I'm
One
not
issue
very
I
good
have
at
with it
it.
going for free is hackers. Like, you get banned, you make a new account. It's just, it's kind of.
Well, yeah, but Blizzard's
Smurfs,
moderating
there's gonna be
system
so
has
many
always been
Smurfs.
pretty good. I
They
mean,
need to
they
up
even
their
cracked down on
moderation too,
like Rule 34 stuff, so I think their moderating system is pretty incredible.
Oh, jeez, Jack, don't even. There's Rule 34, like terabytes of Rule 34 out there. when it
You
comes to
can't get rid of
Overwatch.
all of it. However, they
It's
are
impossible.
trying.
They might
Because
as well
it
not
actu-
even try, cause like, nah, once it's posted, once anything of Overwatch Rule 34 is posted, I guarantee you, some guy
it's on
called
there.
Uncle Chuck in his basement with a long ass beard, who's 300 pounds and got a whole case of empty Blue Moon bottles in the background. He's already downloaded that to his goddamn computer. Okay.
It's already on the internet. It's in databases. It's all over the place. The moment it's posted, it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Which I think it's not really
It doesn't really hurt
too
Blizzard
much
that
of a problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rule
whenever
34
people
Overwatch is
search for,
benefiting them.
if anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is a slight issue because their game is meant to be a specific, like, for a specific age group, right?
Right.
The art style, all that, and all its characters are portrayed in kind of a PG-13-esque style,
Right.
and that kind of ruins it. Which an argument I heard from, I believe it was Game Ranks. You can go check out their channel. They're
Yeah, I
pretty
like
good.
their channel as well. I'll put all these channels
think-
in the description. Why not?
Yeah, it was Game Ranks. They were talking about how they were cracking down on Rule 34 and that they didn't want children to like tell their parents like, "Hey, I want to get this game," and then when their parents search up like Overwatch or Widowmaker in the search bar, they get some erotic
Yeah, I mean,
photos.
if they scroll down far enough, they definitely will. Like,
They
Overwatch
will
is
to
one
get
of the
it, but
most popular
generally,
34 games.
like if you go to your computer right now and you search up Overwatch, or if you
Fucking doing
search
it,
up
boys.
Widowmaker, or if you search up Tracer, or hell,
Widowmaker.
even Arisa, you probably won't get much of that until you scroll down, especially if you have the safe search on, which
Scrolling down with Widowmaker.
Google safe search has always been pretty good, I think.
And I already found nipples. We struck a gold, boys.
How far? How far did you have to scroll?
It's just like, I think I broke my scroll wheel, but I don't know why. I just scrolled really hard down and then I found. Oh my god. Here,
Yeah,
I'll
you gotta
post
scroll down quite a bit.
it. I'll post that in the group chat later.
Dude, I bet Bing is probably better about it,
Oh,
though Bing... No, Bing is probably worse about it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly.
But yeah, it's just funny how they tried to crack down on it, because I noticed a lot of other companies don't care at
Yeah,
all. I know
yeah.
Epic didn't. I know I don't think Mojang did at all. I don't think Microsoft does at all. They
Right.
don't care.
Yeah.
In fact, they probably just see it as like, oh, free publicity. These Rule 34 artists are just drawing our characters. Why
like,
not? It'd
honestly,
take too much effort to sue them.
What game development company genuinely cares about like what demographic? Okay, no, sorry. They care about what demographic, and by that I mean like age of people they're bringing in with their games, but they don't really care what they're doing behind the fucking screen. You know what I mean? Like they really just care about like the age of them. But I mean, is it Blizzard won't ever get into any trouble if a 7-year-old somehow comes across a video of Mercy getting absolutely dominated by Doomfist somewhere? I don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they want to prevent sales from being reduced by that, because mothers might not buy games for their children if they see that.
True. Yeah. They'd be,
So it
like,
would reduce
uninstall-
sales at like a tiny margin, but they wouldn't really get in trouble for it, because again, it's not their fault, it's other people.
Right.
And there's actually an entire, what's the
But
word?
then hold on,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
also people that have downloaded, probably bought Overwatch because of the porn.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it probably evens out. Here's the thing. Game Theory was talking about this. So
Right.
people who, and Game Theory, go check their channel out. They're amazing. I watch them every day.
Yeah, I love game theory, dude. Film theory, food theory.
They're great. So basically, they had a video talking about, I don't remember what the video was called. It was a video on like independent artists,
Right.
something like that, like fan artists.
Mhm.
And they were talking about how Blizzard was, again, like cracking down on Rule 34 artists and how the legal process involving that actually works. The chances are you're probably not going to get sued for something like that, because
Yeah.
there's so much of it that it would take too much time and effort to just like focus on suing one person. Or
It's
a
just the
group
motion of
people.
the ocean at that point.
Yeah, like it's just not
Motion
gonna
of the
stop.
ocean, honey, go get my bottle of lotion. I'm so
Alright.
sorry.
So we got about 10 minutes left. So what was the other thing you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, the shields. I had this
Yeah.
concept that I brought up with Jack earlier. I my friend Mikey, he's a support main, but he's also a Reddit Lucio, so he just does DPS. Doesn't really care if you die or not because he carries the game anyways. But pretty
Yeah.
much whenever he's playing
Jesus.
any other like main support, he's I can't speak, goddammit. He's mainly focused on the tanks, as well as like when I see like Overwatch League players and stuff, and other players, the healers are always like having to pocket the tanks because they have such large health margins, and people always hit the tanks because they have such big hitboxes. They take a lot of damage. You gotta heal them, and this, that, and the other. I feel like, um, like with this concept, fights would last longer. The meta would change. Overwatch completely. It would be awesome. What I think is like. And the percentage could change depending on how it works, like in games. But like when using a shield tank, not an off tank, but using a shield tank like Reinhardt, Winston, Orisa, Sigma, for all the damage that you take, that your shield takes, reverts to 10% of your healing. So pretty much, that was so awfully said. Hold on. Let's say you take 1,000 damage on your Reinhardt barrier. That heals you for 100 health. So meaning that you pretty much get 10% of that damage converted to healing to yourself, so that tanks are tankier, and it makes them less DPSy, so that they focus more on putting down their shield and doing what they're supposed to do. And also, you know, healers can focus more on DPS. Like, honestly, fights will just last longer. Junkrat will have to maneuver his way around things. He won't be like the Omega Shield Destroyer, because that would... I don't know. I really don't know how the, like, meta would work, because I'm not a GM player. I don't think the way that they do, but... Like, I think Doomfist would be pretty good because he kind of goes through shields. Winston would be ridiculous because he goes through shields and he has a shield of his own. I think that'd be awesome. He'd be much better in dive. But what do you think about that, Jack?
Well, of course, I think it would change the meta quite a bit. Now, I'm not very good at the game, but I have been playing for a while, and I kind of see how people behave and the champions, the heroes they pick. So,
Say Paladins.
well, also League of Legends.
Oh yeah, true.
So, yeah, the whole thing with that is it would really take off a lot of the pressure that healers have on their tanks. The main issue, and this is why I don't play DPS most of the time, I hate playing DPS now, is because I feel like I die really quickly. It would probably allow healers to focus on their DPS a little bit more, because I play Ana a lot, I noticed that most of the time I'm focused on staying right behind my tank, dodging in and out of cover, canceling ultimates because I love the nope button, and just sitting behind my Reinhardt or my Roadhog or any of my tanks and just shooting them in the back.
Right.
Because that's like basically what I do. When they're on full health, I'll focus on a DPS or another healer or two. But that rarely happens because of the just sheer amount of damage they are constantly taking.
Right.
Now, of course, the 10% thing, like you could finick with the number a little bit.
Right.
However, I think that's a good place to start.
To start.
I think
if they were to do that, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I doubt this will be seen by them.
100%.
But if it was, I would say it would be better placed in an arcade mode for a while, just to see like how people behave with it.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be really fun to play an experimental, just to see how it would work. Because again, Junkrat would be way less useful because you're basically giving them free health.
Exactly.
Well, he'd still be useful to break the shield so you can get behind them, but he'd also be healing the tank, basically giving them a little bit of an edge.
Make a new hero completely based off of that like they could use their own shield. Like,
yeah,
that actually sounds like Brigitte. I was about to say use their own shield to kill other people. Nah, it sounds way too much like Brigitte. Sorry.
It just reminds me of Sigma and his like absorb ability.
Yeah, but I was thinking like diving with Winston, you dive in, right? With Winston, you can die really fast with him, but again, you put down your bubble, you can stay alive for longer. You put down your bubble, you're like trying to kill the Zenyatta on the enemy team, right? You're taking a lot of damage. If they're shooting your bubble, right, it has 900 health, it gets completely destroyed. By then, you got 90 health out of nowhere. I assume that, I mean, if you're getting low, then your healers are shooting at you. It's 90 health. I know it's small. It's a small percentage. That's why that I think that if they started that, it'd be interesting. Because, you know, bronze and silver players, they wouldn't really care or think about it too much. But as you went up the ranks, like GM and Masters and Diamond and stuff like that, they would really be, like, getting super, like, tactical with that and thinking how they could prevent their tanks from being so beefy. Like it would just add a whole new level of thinking in like the higher ranks, and I would love to see that in like Overwatch League or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but also add something kind of like just placing the shield down to just soak up a bunch of healing, which I think would be really dumb, but fun to see occasionally. Like you just put it in a doorway, 100% for that kind of stuff, because generally you don't want to focus on the shield too much because you're going to be healing them. However, you still kind of need to, so it basically just be making tanks essentially just better, which they're basically required in every single game that you play unless you're doing a very, very niche strategy.
Yeah.
You basically always need a Reinhardt, at least for as far as I've seen. You always need a main tank and you always need an off tank, or you can have 2 main tanks, but you generally don't want 2 off tanks.
Yeah, 100%. Well, like I feel like the meta right now is like Hog. Hog's really good. I don't really see Orisa doing too well in the meta right now.
She's okay, however, Ryan is just a better option.
Yeah, when it comes down to
Orisa's
main
die
tanks,
way too fast.
Right, yeah. Whenever it comes down to main tanks, I'm feeling like Ryan, Sigma's good. I feel like Sigma's probably the best main tank at the moment. He's really
I'd
good.
place him at around second. I don't see him played at all most of the time.
I
Probably
always
because
see
he's
him
just
play, like,
really hard.
When I'm in comp, they're always playing Sigma. His ultimate is strong, dude. Like his
His ultimate is really strong,
disrupt it.
yeah.
I really like his ultimate. You can do a lot of things with it, honestly, and yeah, I like
His
it,
barrier, the way you can like kind of push it out,
right,
and the way it
smart.
recharges, and you can call it back. It's really versatile in that
Yeah,
kind
you
of
could
way, but he
cancel out
also has
snipers and stuff like that.
he has a CC. He has a basically absorption ability that just gives him extra HP.
It makes him more tankier. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and basically just prevents them from shooting at him because they don't want to give him that.
That would make
and
him
he's
so
completely
meta
invulnerable.
if that shield thing applied. That'd make him much more meta.
Yeah, he's already a very, very good hero.
Right.
But yeah, the making tanks just all better and more independent would greatly change just how people play the game. Just in
100%.
general, like maybe not even with that change, but just making them more independent, giving them more self-heal abilities. Because that's the interesting thing about Roadhog, is that he is the only, and I mean the only tank in the game who can self-heal. And that makes him special in that way. So
Right.
he's way more independent. Like he can actually push himself forward without a healer and still reasonably survive because of that
Right.
self-healing potential.
And possibly
So
if he's taking a lot of damage, and the thing with the potion, you take a lot less damage while you're using it. You could run back to your team, and
Oh, yeah.
most of the time you will survive if you rush and run back to your team. But normally you just want to stay with your team when you're playing Roadhog, hook people in and get picks.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, just making tanks more independent would be great.
Yeah.
I'd love to see an experimental mode sometime. I'd love to play with that for a bit.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm
there's
not sure
probably
if
a
I would like
workshop game
that.
mode that works like that. We could probably find that somewhere, Jack.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if, like, in its current state, like, if it would be good to be applied to just regular gameplay
Yeah.
or competitive. However, as a experimental mode or an arcade mode, it'd be great.
Yeah. I think
Like, I
that if
would
they're
love to
gonna
play
do
that.
any big changes, they have to do it before Overwatch 2 releases, because like
Oh yeah.
something like awful happened to fucking Overwatch 2, like where Genji just gets nerfed to the ground. I hate that.
He hasn't been changed, I don't think, at all.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's been buffed like before, like pretty recently.
Has he?
Yeah, like his spread for his right click got reduced. That's pretty good. I like
Yeah.
Genji at the state right now. He's pretty good.
I need them to stop messing with Roadhog's gun.
Honestly, just
They constantly are just messing with it. Just
leave
stop
it alone.
tweaking it. It was
Stop
good where
bullying
it started.
Brig. Hashtag stop bullying Brig. Spam it in the comments. All right, Jack, you gotta
Peter?
go in like a minute, right?
Oh, I don't have to go.
Oh, I thought you said you had to go at like 10 minutes. 10
No, I
minutes.
just didn't want to talk for
Alright,
like
alright.
30.
All right. Well, I'm doing fine right now. I'm having fun, so it's up to you when
Okay.
you want to wrap it up. But I'm totally fine to keep going if you want.
Well, we got a few minutes left, and then we can wrap it up.
Okay. So, what other topic about Overwatch do you think? Oh, you know
Well-
what Matthew, Mikey, and I were doing recently in a call a couple days ago is we were thinking about different concepts for like Overwatch 2, not only character designs but like actual like character development, like what they're gonna do with like story wise.
Oh,
and
that's the
like,
thing I wanted to talk
ability-wise. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the PvE?
Do you saw the you sorry, you saw the Rio de Janeiro mission for Overwatch 2 at BlizzCon, right? It was a really good
I
mission.
haven't watched much of that stuff. You'll have
You
to
should
describe
watch
that to me.
the whole mission. Like go on XQC's channel and watch the Another great streamer, YouTuber. I'll link him down below. Anyways, he's great.
So, how did it like work?
What happened was so okay, you know how like Null Sector is just invading the planet and fucking killing everything. So
Yeah.
Overwatch, well, what is Overwatch right now is in the story that was in that mission. Like this is right after the cinematic, right? Reinhardt. It's like pretty much just Reinhardt, Brigitte, Mei, Genji, Tracer, Lucio, Mercy, and Winston.
That's a lot of characters.
Well, yeah, those are all the ones that we've seen new skins for as well. But that's not 32 characters. You know what I'm saying?
No, and what I'm saying is like, are all of those present in the missions? Like, are these all these gonna be
no,
like
there's, like,
massive
a-
PvE engagements?
Well, I believe. Well, no, I believe that it's only 4 people per because that's what
Oh,
we've seen in
okay.
that mission. But I don't know. They could do like a 16-player final boss insane mission. I have no idea. They're gonna do some crazy.
I
stuff
would
in
love that. That would
Yeah,
be incredible.
That'd be awesome if you got a 32 stack of people just spamming
'Cause it would-
voice chat. It'd be amazing.
It would make the game, because in the lore, like the team's supposed to work together, right?
Right.
It would make, if you could get if you could get a mission where all 33 heroes, or how many heroes in the game right
32,
now?
I believe. But you
32,
can't get them
you
all
get-
together because there's Talon and Blackwatch and Overwatch, and they have
Well, maybe you could do like a kind of a what's like faction specific missions. There's a lot of things you could do with that.
Yeah, I guess so.
And just it would make the lore a little bit more prominent, because at the moment I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of them are, and then you'll see them on weird factions. It's just a weird disconnect
Yeah.
that they try to do by including the comics, and then all the videos and stuff.
Right.
So it's just a weird disconnect with the rest of the game. And I know originally,
That's
Overwatch
what I
was
hope
supposed to be an
Overwatch 2 is
MMO.
gonna fix.
This game was supposed to be an MMO originally.
Wasn't it an MMO at one point where Tracer was called Jumper or something? It was called like
I have
something.
no idea. I just know that originally, when this game was on the drawing board, it was going to be an MMO.
That would have been really cool.
It would have been really cool, but
But I
they
like it.
scrapped it.
I like it.
It'd be absolutely incredible if they'd been working on it in secret, and then that's Overwatch 2.
That was
like, here.
Overwatch 2 the entire time, ever since 2015. They've just been working on Overwatch 2.
They've been working on an MMO this whole time.
That's amazing.
Or they just have an MMO plus the rest of the game. That would be great.
Yeah,
I would play that gladly. I'd
yeah,
pay
I
extra
would.
money to play that.
I'd pay pretty good money for that. One thing, like with that Overwatch 2 mission, is like at the beginning, they all split off. Like Genji and who I forgot who else, but they like go fight Null Sector. Mei and no, not Mei. Some other people go. I forgot who, but it was like Brigitte and somebody else went to go escort people out of the city, and then Reinhardt, Lucio, Mei, and Tracer went out to do that mission in Rio de Janeiro where you fight the robots and stuff. And then you get on the command ship that's dropping all the robots. Once you blow up the command ship, like everybody successfully makes it off, but then Lucio, like he was like everybody go, I'll take care of them and stuff like that. He was like doing that cliche in the movies, you know what I mean? And he was like, everybody go, and then he's speeding his way out trying to get off the command ship as fast as possible, and then something happened and the command ship like blew up right as he was about to jump off, and then it was like, to be continued in Overwatch 2. Thanks for playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's. They gotta.
Mikey. Alright, whatever.
All right.
God damn it, Mikey. Anyways.
So that's all. That's all we've got for you today.
Yeah. I mean, this is our first ever, like, I don't know what you call it, commentary, short podcast. We just want to talk about it.
Podcast. I don't know.
I told Jack, you're good at talking. I'm good at talking. We should talk. And then he's like, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that worked.
please, like, let us know, like, if there's anything I can do, because I think I'm not really gonna edit this much. I'm just gonna post it as a black screen video. But otherwise, like, from now on, if we're gonna keep doing this and this actually does well, I'm actually gonna post gameplay in the background that is like really low, maybe some background music. Actually, no, I think I'll just add some background music to this one, Jack. Honestly.
Okay. Yeah, in the future, I think that some like just passive gameplay so that your
Yeah,
eyes
passive
aren't like.
gameplay. Put up some images of what we're talking about so that you guys can really get on track with us. But I think it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. This is really fun.
That was pretty fun. Yeah, that was 30 minutes of my time that I talked away.
Everyone have a good weekend, and I really want to watch this back when Overwatch 2 comes out. That'd be really cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
All right. See you, everybody.
Yeah.
has an illusion that helps things make sense. So we're always living in the present tense. It seems unforgiving when a good thing ends. But you and I will always be back then. 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 Singing will happen, happen